One of the ways in which I would use the TES resources is as a springboard for gathering ideas when I'm preparing to teach something that I've never taught before. It's a really, really good way to avoid writer's block and not sit down to a blank PowerPoint slide or a blank Word document.
I think firstly it's a really good time saver for teachers. If they go online, perhaps they have an idea of what they want to teach but they haven't got a resource to start from, so they can find something on a particular topic for a particular class and then adapt it for their own use in the classroom. It's a fairly well structured website, so you know that when you go online, within a few minutes you'll be able to find exactly what you're looking for, a resource that fits with the topic that you'd like to teach or the grammar point that you're wanting to teach, and then you're able to easily adapt that for use that week, that day even.
One example of where TES Resources has been particularly useful to me was when I was researching ideas to create some materials for primary Spanish lessons. I looked for Guy Fawkes and did a search and came up with material from history, from English and from citizenship lessons, and using the visuals and the actual content that I found in those materials, I was able to create some really good lessons.
I think when you go on the TES website, you know now that the resources are going to be of a high quality. They're tried and tested by teachers who've then selected their best resources to put online to share.
We share a number of our resources. In fact, myself and my colleagues in the MFL department have shared over 2,000 resources on the TES website, and it's really rewarding for us to get the feedback back.
The TES website is really useful to teachers in a number of ways. Firstly, it helps with day-to-day lesson planning for all teachers of any language or any subject. But secondly, as a head of department or as a head of a language, if you're responsible for putting together a scheme of work, perhaps you're setting up a new course, it's really useful to be able to go on and see what resources, what schemes of work and so on are shared by other teachers who already have experience in teaching at that particular level or on those particular topics.
I would personally recommend using the TES Resources website because there's a wealth of material there from different subject areas, and that's a real strength of the site, and it's free. I've had feedback from teachers who've said that they downloaded something that they needed just exactly at that moment, and teachers are so incredibly busy that if you do happen upon something that you can just use there and then, that it must be a real relief and a real help.